What's going on, guys? Honky Kong back at you. Today is February 19th, Wednesday, and welcome back to United We Stand 734. Thank you for checking this video out. And today I want to discuss the aftermath of the Jordan Davis murder trial, okay? Primarily, I want to discuss the prosecution's lack of getting a first-degree murder conviction on Michael Dunn for Jordan Davis's murder, okay? I'm not going to get back into the whole issue, the shooting, but what happened between Michael Dunn and Jordan Davis. We all know what happened. Moving right along, Michael Dunn was convicted on 3 counts of attempted second-degree murder, okay? He's looking at 60 years for those charges, all right? So he'll probably be in jail for the rest of his life, okay? Now, as I said, people are upset because he hasn't been legally punished. He hasn't been legally recognized as being responsible for the death of Jordan Davis yet because the jury was hung on the first-degree murder charge. I personally think that first-degree murder was not the right thing to charge him with. I think it was a bad charge, especially for a fucking Florida jury, because we all know how we got to handle Florida juries. I think it was a bad charge. I think the prosecution overcharged him, and it resulted in the hung jury. And I even said this. I did a video. I think I put it out there. I think it was February 5th I published it. I put it on YouTube, and it was talking about the LAPD shootings, this trial, this Jordan Davis trial, and like the DMX Zimmerman boxing match, which never happened, thank God. And I said in that video, I said, I don't see first-degree murder working off the prosecution. I don't see them being able to get a conviction for it. It just doesn't feel like the right charge for this crime. And, jury was hung on the first-degree murder charge. I think second-degree was a far more apt charge. And the difference between first-degree and second-degree is first-degree murder, somebody pissed me off. I go to my house, I get my gun, drive over to his house, kick the door in, fucking shoot him and kill him, and then I take off. That shows premeditation, planning, execution, all that. Okay, I plotted that shit, I planned it. I went somewhere with the purpose, the intention of killing somebody, okay? Secondary murder, you're just out and about. Motherfucker cuts you off in traffic, looks at you wrong, steps on your foot, whatever. You get in a fight and you kill somebody because of the situation you were in. You didn't plan on going out that day to kill somebody. You just killed somebody throughout the course of your day. Something happened, led you two together, and tragedy occurs. You kill somebody. That's second-degree murder. And I truly don't believe Michael Dunn pulled into that convenience store saying, oh, you know what, I'm going to fucking murder somebody. I don't think he showed up there with the intention to kill somebody. I think he just showed up there, got an argument over the music, boom, committed the second-degree murder. Okay, so I think first-degree was a bad charge to begin with. Now, that being said, the jury, I read something very interesting today. They said the jury, and I don't know if this is true or not, but they said the jury could have convicted on second-degree murder charges or involuntary manslaughter charges. But I don't know why they wouldn't have convicted on second-degree. I highly doubt they were given the proper instructions. I think the prosecution was kind of looking at it like a first-degree murder or bust, and it just fell through. And, of course, guess who's in charge of the prosecution team? The Syrian Job of the Hut, Angela fucking Corey, the same girl that botched the fucking Zimmerman fucking trial, the same one that locked up Marissa Alexander for 20 years for firing a fucking warning shot, locked up another dude for like 20, 30 years for firing 2 shots in the ground to scare off some teams that were robbing his neighbor's fucking house. That dude pled his shit down like 4 or 5 years. But, I mean, Angela Corey, let's face it, she's got a very checkered record. And she's the one that was fucking leading this prosecution. So, I'm not fucking shocked that she didn't get the first-degree murder charge. I just feel like it was a bad idea to go with that. Now, Angela Corey said something after the trial that really made me fucking laugh. Because one of the reporters asked her, hey, do you think you overcharged? Is that the reason why you didn't get the acquittal? And her fucking answer just, like, I can't believe this lady's a state attorney. She was like, well, let me explain to you Florida law. There's a law in Florida, blah, 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 a statute. And this statute goes on to explain that if the defense team believes their client's being overcharged, the defense team can file a motion to have the charges reduced to whatever charges would have fit the crime they committed, okay? And she's like, so obviously if the defense didn't think that it wasn't warrant, and she's up there doing her thing, and I'm like, you fucking dumb bitch. Of course the fucking lawyer didn't challenge that fucking ruling because they knew you would never get a fucking conviction on that ruling. Why would you drop that? Why would she challenge it to get it dropped down to second-degree murder to get her fucking guy convicted of second-degree murder? She knew you weren't gonna. That lawyer knew you were not gonna get a fucking conviction on first-degree murder. They fucking knew it, and that's why they never challenged it, Angela Corey. You fucking dickhead. So, right now, I guess it was the first-degree murder was considered a mistrial. No idea for sure. Angela Corey says they're going to retry it. Who knows? I have a feeling they'll meet with the family, with Jordan Davis' family, say, hey, do you want to, do you want to retry this, or do you just want to give him a 60 years or whatever? So who knows what's going to happen? But apparently there is the option in the retrial to charge him not with first degree again, but charge him this time around with the second degree murder. And I think, and also an interesting thing about that second degree murder charge. The jury would only be, instead of 12 people on a first-degree murder trial, it would only be 6 people. So, I read an article, they said it's a lot easier getting conviction out of 6 than there's 12. And I mean, that makes a little sense. So, who knows what happens from here. I believe that, little closing thoughts, I'm glad to see there weren't so many battle lines drawn this time as there was in the Zimmerman. If you were, during the Zimmerman trial, if you were a gun guy or a Second Amendment guy, you people were standing firmly in the corner of George Zimmerman. If you had common sense and you were a gun guy, you kind of thought he should have got involuntary manslaughter. Then there's the people on the other side that wanted Zimmerman in the fucking chair. I'm happy to say this time I didn't see a lot of that divisiveness. Pretty much everybody with some common sense who looked at this case was like, yeah, this dude, this is a bad shooting. And I want to, say to all my colleagues on the gun, my fellow gun-toting fucking neocons, that look, man, when there's a bad shooting, a lot of times people of my political persuasion, they'll say they automatically want to side with the concealed weapons holder, the concealed pistol holder, license holder, And to me, that's a mistake. You got to look at every shooting different. Not every shooting is legal. Not every shooting is justified. This is a perfect case, and I believe the Zimmerman shooting was a perfect case, But I don't want to get too into that. I just glad to say that pretty much most people I saw had a lot of common sense about this one. Said, look, this guy fucked up. He needs to be convicted. And he was on the 3 counts. And I guess we'll stick around and find out what happens at the retrial. So that's all I got. You guys be safe, and I'm gonna catch you guys next time. Peace.